Welcome everyone to this. Wow, hi everyone. Well, welcome Nova and Lassie and Commander and Op. How's it going? This one's easy. Well, oh yeah, I guess here I'll put this away for a moment, actually. And I'll just kind of say hi and greet everyone, and then we'll move into the Q&A. But welcome everyone to the 12-hour stream. It is 3 o'clock. So I will be going until 3 o'clock. You know, that's how it be. I've got some ramen here with me because I woke up an hour ago, but only rolled out of bed 15 minutes ago. So I had to make myself some ramen. So I'll try not to noodle slurp on the mic. But welcome, yeah, wow, crazy. I received a good amount of questions. I don't know how many I was expecting. I was really worried I wasn't gonna get like more than 4, and then the Q&A section was gonna be really lame. But I have 25 questions. ASMR stream win, that would be something. I don't even know how I would do that. I don't have a binaural mic, so that would be step 1. Alright, I guess we should just move into it though, huh? So I got 25 questions. I think that's a fine amount. And I'll try my best to answer them. The first few are all math questions. Or not math questions, but like test questions as shit. So there is a basket containing 5 apples. How do you divide the apples among 5 children so that each child has 1 apple while 1 apple remains in the basket? And just as OP said, or sorry, just as Lassie said, this is an easy question, guys. This is an easy one. Kill a kid? No. Well, you could definitely do that, but I was just gonna give each kid an apple, but one of the kids also just gets a free basket. I think that's the simplest answer, Occam's razor. As to which kid gets the basket, I guess I'll just like draw sticks or something, but that's how I would do it. So next question. Which 3 numbers have the same answer when they're added or multiplied together? And this one I only thought of 2 for. I don't know what the last one is. Maybe you guys can help me. But I thought of a 0 and 2. Because when you add 0 and 0, it's nothing. 0, and when you times 0 and 0, it's still 0. And when you add 2, it's 4, and when you times 2 by 2, it's 4. But I don't know what the last one is, I must admit. Unless that's not how the question is supposed to be interpreted, in which case, it's which 3... Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If the question is like that, then it's 1, 2, 3. But I don't know, I don't know which way the question is supposed to be. If it's supposed to be which 3 individual numbers times themselves and added with themselves, or if it's which 3 numbers back to back to back. In which, if it's that, Lassie, 1, 2, 3 is correct. If it's the way I originally interpreted it, I don't know the full answer. 0, zilch, and nada. There you go. Hi, will BTD6 be on this 12-hour stream? It will be, I just don't know when. If you're in the Discord, whenever I switch games, I'll probably say in the announcements channel, whenever I switch a game. But, I just don't know when that'll be, but I'm sure it'll happen eventually. Question 3. What month has 28 days? That's February. Question 4. There's a 1-story house in which everything is yellow. Yellow walls, yellow doors, yellow furniture. What color are the stairs? Well, thankfully, I've heard this question before, so I know that there are no stairs because it's a 1-story house. Question 5. Have you ever met someone famous? And I had to think about this question, because I don't actually know if I have. My mom met what's his name? Quentin Tarantino. And my grandma used to go to high school with, I think, the lead singer of Iron Maiden, or one of the rock bands in that kind of time period. But I don't know if I've met anyone famous. I had a YouTuber that I loved when I was growing up respond to one of my comments one time, and that was about the closest I've ever gotten. Oh, you know, actually, yeah, you know, I've secondhand met someone famous, because that YouTuber that I grew up loving and watching, who responded to my comment, ended up joining HoloLive. Or rather, HoloStars. So that means through secondhand, I've talked to my Oshi, assuming that the YouTuber that became the member of HoloStars has talked to Tokoyami Toa. So I've met someone famous in my mind. I'm just delusional, chat. But I don't actually think I've met anyone famous. I mentioned before I live in Oklahoma. The only famous people in Oklahoma are country singers and our weatherman, and the country singers don't live here no more because they get the chance to leave. What's your favorite drink? Damn, probably Coca-Cola. I'm gonna be real. I drink too much soda. Mountain Dew's good too. Cause I'm a gamer, you know. I like that Code Red Mountain Dew, you know what I mean? I met the Queen of Denmark? That's fucking awesome, actually. Holy shit. Bro, what a nerd being this smart. I mostly answered some of the questions correctly, and now that's all it takes. Let's go, baby. I'm changing my way in which I'm perceived. I'm not a bumbling fool. I'm actually a smart person, Chad. You believe me, right? Yeah. I was born on February 29th. That's really cool, actually. Cap? I would say Coca-Cola. Next question. What is your favorite song? Now, this one sucks, because I can't answer this. Also, the next a lot of questions are going to be normal and stuff you would see in a game of 2020, but these are questions girls ask during 2020. Or 20 questions, I mean. Because how 20 questions works between a girl and a guy who likes the girl is, oh my god, what's your favorite song? Wheels on the Bus. Do It Squirt? That's how it goes. Yo, hey sir, how's it going? And the next few questions are gonna be like this is because Toby asked me if she could ask more than one question, and I said yes, and then I got spams in my email. I didn't look at all of them. I haven't looked at most of these questions. But, yeah, I told Toby she could ask as many questions as she wanted, and I got, like, spammed in my emails for the next little while, so. The next few questions are gonna be all from Toby. I don't know when the Toby questions will end. Question, are you a nerd? I would consider myself to be a nerd, yes. Being a nerd is liking, I guess, conventionally nerdy shit. So, sci-fi, anime, yeah, I would consider myself to be a nerd. Welcome, Lau. You think you found my question yet? I don't know, I'm going from oldest to newest. So, I think your question you sent was not 4 days ago. Let me get some head pats going. And thank you for the both versions of nothing, dude. I hope you enjoy that shit. Yeah. What's up, man? What's up, French dog? Welcome, welcome. Favorite song is too goddamn hard. Oh man. Right now, a song I've been listening to a lot is... Well, it's not even in damn English, so I don't know. I guess... Chad, I know what my favorite song. We're waiting every night to finally come out of this. I don't know the words past this. We've been all alone. To decay. That's the wrong lyric. We're stuck here to decay. From out. Hell yes! Ain't no way. Just popping in to congratulate you on 500 followers. Thank you very much, Alien Wave. I very much appreciate it. That's my favorite song, chat. Alternatively, Crank That by Soulja Boy. I'm sorry. There are too many songs I like. I'm a very indecisive man. I apologize that I can't properly answer this question, but I adore a lot of actually no, fuck it. Favorite song, Outsiders by Franz Ferdinand. Boom, there you go. That's the best I can give you. Are you a cat person or a dog person? I'm definitely a cat person. You know me, chat. I love pussy. I've never put peanut butter on my balls and let the dog lick it. I'm not like that, like Filthy Frank, you know what I mean? Congrats, my man, though, for real, in all seriousness, well done. Thank you very much, man. I very much appreciate it. I'm sure at some point I'll have my sappy moment where I talk about how much I'm, like, appreciative of you guys and so on, but currently I'm brain dead and just trying to eat my ramen between these questions. It'll probably be at the end of the 12 hours when I get sappy mode. I don't think it's registered that I have 500 followers yet. I can't see 500 people in a room. I don't know if I know 500 people, but 500 people know me, and that's crazy to think about. Alright, cat person. Which sport do you like, real or fictional? Well, I used to play soccer when I was in elementary school, but I don't think I like soccer. I think I just played soccer. So for a real sport that I like, I quite like American football. I don't like sit down and watch it, but I keep track now and again. I've come to appreciate it more now that I've worked at my current job at a roadhouse because, I'm sure most of you have been to like an American roadhouse where every screen is just a different sports game. So when the only thing to watch is sports, you start kind of getting into it a little bit, join or die. What the hell is a fictional sport? Well, my favorite fictional sport, chat, to answer your question, Duck, is Senshido from Girls on Panzer. So I gave you a twofer. My favorite real sport, my favorite fake sport. So true, so real, yeah. What is that? It's tankery. In Girls on Panzer, they drive tanks with dud rounds and fight each other. And that's my favorite fake sport. Are there any languages you can speak other than English? See, I'm still playing 20 questions with Toby right now. No. I used to be able to speak a little bit of French because I took it for 2 years in high school, but I stopped caring about the class halfway through second year. So I've pretty much forgotten all of it. I can't speak a lick of French anymore. I can only tell that you're greeting me and saying hello. Oh, and I remember cuckoo. Because my ex, back when we were dating, in high school, always greeted other chicks with that because she thought it sounded cute, which it does. So hey. And I know extremely basic Japanese because I've watched that much anime and VTubers that I've picked up on phrases. But no, I can't properly speak any other language. If I could learn another language, I guess to divulge fully into Weebery, learning Japanese would be cool. I quite do like the sound of Tagalog. I think that's a really, really cool language. And I guess for practical reasons, I think it would be nice to know Spanish. Because working in the restaurant business, there are most every place I've gone and worked at has had a lot of Spanish speakers in the kitchen, as cooks and as prep cooks and as like dish cleaners and so on. And at my current work, pretty much everyone that works in the back doesn't speak English very much at all. So there's a bit of a disconnect. And so I think it would be cool if I did know Spanish, because if I continue to work in the restaurant business, it'll be helpful to be able to talk with my coworkers. If I won the lottery, what would I do? Trim has the Japanese skill of a person who thinks they know Japanese from watching anime. Yes, except I know that I don't know Japanese. That is a good way to put my skill level of Japanese, except I don't think that I know Japanese. I know I don't. I'm not that far gone. Mongolian throat singing? Mongolian throat singing would be badass, too. If I won the lottery, it would be a bunch of hookers and cocaine. No, if I won the lottery, the next Girls on Panzer movie that comes out would not use CGI for their tanks. They would fully animate those motherfuckers, and it would look so beautiful, and those animators would be paid so well, chat. Oh my god. No. I don't know what first. It's hard to. Is it weird seeing me give serious answers, like me talking about learning Spanish because of my coworkers? Is it weird seeing me be serious? Because here's a serious answer. I would put the vast majority of that shit into savings. A sensible, reasonable answer. I would fix my car, because it's not the greatest. If not, just buy a new car, but I don't want anything fancy. I don't think I go well with fancy stuff. I don't think that's my image. I think I look better in my shitty piece of shit car than I would in a Lambo. And I would get a new house for my parents. Because the house that we're in is a big house. Because it's for me, my sister, my parents, and my grandparents. But both of my grandparents have passed away. So we're stuck in this big house that we don't needle the room of. So we want to eventually move and downsize to a smaller house. Because we can't quite afford this current one. We're a little house broke. But we wanted to wait until my sister was out of high school. But now she is. So now we're just kind of saying, oh, well, we gotta fix this, and then we gotta fix that, and then eventually one day we'll move, and blah, blah, blah. So if I won the lottery, is that a flex? You have too much room? It's not meant to be a flex. It's just the situation we're in. This house is too big for what we are, because it was meant to house more people than we have anymore. My grandparents passed, and they helped pay for the house, and now they can't because they're not here. So now we're stuck in a house that's too big for us. It's not a flex, or it's not intended to be. It's just the situation I'm in. And so we need to move. So if I won the lottery, I'd move, and I guess I'd fix up my car, and then I'd buy a lot of Rosemi merch. Woo! All right, there we go. My condolences for your grandparents, by the way. Well, thank you, but it was a fair while ago. It's nothing that really. It's fine. Also, welcome, Rasputin. Welcome. Here's why. If you were president of the world, what laws would you approve? Oh, Jesus. What could I possibly do to fuck up the world in one night? Legalize nuclear bombs. Yeah. You know it, Nova. Fuck, I don't know. I'd give every house owner a 2-ounce bag of cocaine once a month. I'd legalize murder and nuclear bombs. I'd abolish the Geneva Convention. I'd put the world capital in. I'd move the world capital to Glasgow because I think it would be funny. Or maybe Yorkshire. And I think I would just is the Geneva Convention still a thing? Yes, it is. I would bring back Blockbuster. I would abolish Netflix and bring back Blockbuster. There you go. Alright. If you were offered to become a superhero, what would your power be? I don't know. So, like, if I get to choose, what superpower would I want? I guess is the question, how it boils down. Can I have some, like, mushroom powers? Give me the mushroom. Look at me, right? It would make sense. Give me the mushroom powers that the one chick has in My Hero. Because she's fucking ridiculously strong for being in 2B. Okay, it's the shonen syndrome. It happens all the time. Side characters get sidelined and so on, right? You look at Naruto and you look at Tenten and how she doesn't have any useful powers at the end of the show. She never gets any improved abilities. She just gets a cool thing that she stole from Madara. But like, Tenten throughout the show is worthless. Look at all the characters she has to fight, right? Like, how the fuck is Tenten, whose ability is I shoot a lot of shurikens out of a paper bag, going to hurt, like, fucking, what's his name? Toby, right? She's not going to. And in the same vein, in My Hero, you meet the students in Class 1A, which are supposed to be the top students in the whole school for that grade. And they have shitty fucking superpowers. And when we meet Class 2B, they have so much more interesting and better powers. And it's because when the writer first made the show, he made the 1A first. So their powers are really basic. Oh, I hear really good. Oh, I see really good. Oh, I have a tail. My hair is sticky. And then you look at the characters in 1B, and he had to come up with more interesting powers because he already has all the basic powers. And you have this bitch who can summon poisonous mushrooms inside of your fucking lungs and just instantly incapacitate you. How the fuck is she in 2B? And the guy with a tail who knows Taekwondo is in Class A. Because if they fight, you know what's gonna happen? He's gonna die. Because mushrooms are gonna spawn inside of his fucking lungs. So give me the mushroom powers. I'll take mushroom powers, please. Local man compare... yeah, exactly. It's stupid. The Class 1A is worthless. Other than a select few. You have pets. I do. Moving on. No, I'm joking. I have a lot of pets in my household, I suppose. I have 2 dogs. One is a mix between a Doberman Pinscher and a Wiener dog, so it is a Wiener Pinscher. And I have a dog who's like he's a mix of a lab and something else, but I can't remember what. I have a cat. He's very cute. He's a pain in the ass. I have an axolotl. And I have 10 turtles. What are we pinching? You pinching wieners, sir. Yeah, 10 turtles. I used to only have 9, but those bastards keep fucking and having more babies. So now we've got 10 turtles. Can you name 3 of the dumbest questions you've ever asked on the internet? Well, anytime I'm editing subtitles for videos... Oh, sorry. Sometimes I psych myself out and think like I'm misspelling a word, and I'm not. So I just type in how to spell and then a word that I spell perfectly. And then Google's like, hey, dumbass, that is how you spell it. I think I've also asked, like, what color do you get when you mix blue and yellow? Because I was really just tired, I think. And, like, who would have thought it's green? And I feel... Oh god, what's another stupid thing I've asked online? I think I googled Boku no Pico back when I wasn't into anime very much and I didn't know what it was, you know? I'm sure we've all been there, right? What is Boku no Pico? And you're just greeted by the unholy sights that it is, and then you're like, wow, that's not what I wanted to see. I don't know. I can't think of any 3 like ones that really stick out though. What's the funniest lyric you've misheard? I think this is the final Toby question. Yes, I'm looking at the next question. This is the final Toby question. So, yet again, working in my roadhouse, they play country music, right? And living in Oklahoma, that's kind of borderline, like, real southern shit. Kind of the outskirts of the Bible Belt. So you get a lot of old racist white people, like my dead grandparents. And I'm doing whatever I was doing, walking around in my work, and the song that was on, you ever see the meme? I've told the story in like word for word already, because I remember making this exact analogy. You know the meme about how like country songs sung by men are like, I love my truck, I love my dog, I love beer and fishing. And country songs sung by women are, I'm gonna fucking kill my husband. It was a country song sung by a chick. So the song was about, oh my god, my husband cheated on me, I'm gonna kill him. And so the song talks about how if the grave digger is gonna grave two graves, tell that digger to dig two. Something along those lines. But I'm walking around in my roadhouse with a bunch of old racist white people, because those are the most... That's majority who comes into morning shifts to eat in a roadhouse, old people. Because no sensible motherfucker's gonna go and eat at a restaurant that serves steak and bread at 11 a.m. because you're at work if you're an adult, and you're at school if you're a kid. So it's old white people. And so I'm walking around in my work filled of racist white people, and I hear, tell that digger to dig too. And I go, whoa! Who said that? Because I thought it said the N-word. Whoa. I looked around, I realized it was the song. I was like, okay, I misheard. I thought we were playing some real fucked up shit at work today. I don't know if that's really funny, if more so if it's just kind of fucked up, but it's the one that jumps out at me. I heard that song recently. Both me and my... Oh, sorry. Me and my dad had to give it a couple seconds to hear it. Yeah. I don't know what this question means. Does anyone else know what this question means? What does this mean? Oh my... Yeah, sir. That's funny. If the shocker is performing on a woman, then theoretically, would the woman turn into a bowling ball? Could you spin her in the golden ratio and ensure she made the perfect spiral? I don't know what the fuck this means. But I'm just gonna say yes. Yeah, I'm just gonna agree. Or actually, no, I don't think I can answer this. Because, like, shocker? Shock the woman. Shocker, chat, I barely know her, so I can't answer this. I'm sorry. I lack critical information. How many fingers do you have in a sealed jar? I don't know if they mean my own fingers, if I've like accidentally seeped them into a cum jar and they're stuck and they can't come out, or if this person who asked this question thinks I collect other people's fingers. So I'll answer both scenarios. 1, I've never gotten my fingers stuck in a cum jar. I'm sorry. 2, I don't have possession of any fingers, actually. Oh, figures! Sorry, fingers. I misread. Figures. How many figures do I have in sealed jars? Unfortunately, none. I'm sorry. I thought I said fingers. My bad. I can't read. I have no figures in jars. I let them air out because I don't want anything between them and me. I want to see them with my own eyes. I don't want any glass in between them and me. They're right here, unfortunately. I don't remember when I said unfortunately, so I'm too tired. I'm sorry. I don't know what I just said. My figures are around me, and they're not in jars. Because I don't want anything in between them and me. Oh, well, on the topic of figures. How many anime figures do you have in the same room as you? Okay, so there's 2 counts. 1 if we count acrylic stands. 2 if we count just traditional anime figures. If we're only counting traditional anime figures, it's 3. If we're counting acrylic stands, it's 5. However, it will soon be 6 because another Rosemi Lovelock acrylic stand is on the way. If we count figures in general, I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Godzilla figures. 2 of Godzilla himself, 1 of Mechagodzilla, 1 of Gigan, and 1 of Megalon. I also have a plushie of Hatsune Miku in this room. I have 2 Hololive plushies in another room. Oh, I guess, yeah, the anime figures, the 3 of them, 2 of them are Miku, and 1 of them is Okayu from Hololive. Which Godzillas? Let me look. They're on my far shelf. Shit! Where'd that go? One of them is Return of Godzilla. The Mechagodzilla I want to say is Godzilla SOS. And then the final Godzilla, I don't know where his box is anymore, so I just have to go off of visually what he looks like, and I would say he's a later 90s Godzilla. Maybe something along the lines of... I don't know my glasses. Something along the lines of... Yet again, like around Godzilla SOS time period. Maybe more so like Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, or... he almost kind of looks like he could be Godzilla, like... King of the or not King of the Godzilla All Out Attack, but I don't think it is. Could you send a pic? I would have to get them down, and that shelf is covered in horseshit and garbage. I'm sorry. But one of them is definitely Godzilla SOS. The Mechagodzilla is definitely SOS, I want to say. Let me look up Godzilla SOS. Yeah, the Mechagodzilla is definitely Godzilla SOS. And then, no, it's, okay, the other Godzilla is not All Out Attack. Is it Attack All Monsters? No, it does not Attack All Monsters. What's the one where the aliens show up? Well, that's actually vague, because Gigan and Megalon. What's the one where the aliens show up and they have the fucking submarine? And he kills Zilla in 2.5 seconds. Final Wars. I think he's Final Wars. Yeah, it's Godzilla Final Wars. I want to say. Actually, never mind. I don't know what he is. There's too many fucking Godzilla movies. If only he just had the box. What's the anime where the aliens and there's the incest common vehicle here? Aliens and incest anime. Final Wars did Gigan dirty? They really did. Hedorah too. Hedorah got killed in the montage. The anime where there's aliens and incest is the common vehicle here. I don't know. Alright, moving on. If you... this has to be smoke, right? If you jar weed, are you a weed jarrer or a jar weeder? If you put weed in a jar, you're a weed jarrer. That's what I would say. That's my belief. Next question is... I'm gonna assume it was Ericy. Here's my answer to that. I guess, yeah, there you go. Next question. Okay, this one was smoke, probably. Do it fart, do it grip the meat. Oh, not lore accurate. I don't think I can. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can change only one of half of the colon to be gray. I don't know what this question's talking about. I don't know what it means personally, honestly, but if I were to guess, yes. But I don't know what that question means. I love the. Can I even copy paste this? I can. What does this fucking go to? When will you start doing visual novel let's plays? And then okay, chat. It doesn't actually lead anywhere bad. So here's the link if you guys want to see what that goes to. That's funny. The geese. What have I joined? My Q&A section. I'm getting some interesting questions. I have done a visual novel let's play a few times in the past. I did all of summer. What was it called? Summer Pockets. I did all of Summer Pockets on stream. I played all of the KFC dating stream. This is a P site. It has P on it, but it isn't specifically a P site. Like Tumblr or Twitter. It's a site to post art on. And in terms of the type of porn it has on it for Japanese websites, it's not even nearly that bad. If you want to see some fucked up shit, go to Pixiv and turn off safe search. Hello Trim, hello Mike. When you play the PETA parody game? Oh, Can My Pet? No. I should play Can My Pet. It's been long enough to where there a lot of people might not even know what that is anymore. I should play Can My Pet. But I don't think it will have the same impact if I already know what happens, right? If I know what happens in Can My Pet. But oh, hi Lana, welcome. We only have a few questions left. I think we actually only have 2 questions left. And I don't want to answer the next one. But I've played visual novels before. I know this is Killing who's asking me this. And I feel that he's asking me this because he wants me to play his visual novel, but it's a porn game, so I can't on stream. But maybe one night in the Discord with the boys, that would be fun to do. Play his visual novel. I voice acted it too. Shit, I forgot. That'd be crazy. Answer the do it fart, do it grip the meat. I said my answer. My answer is I don't know what that means. I don't know what that question is asking, but if I had to guess, yes. But I don't know what it means. But yeah, I should do more visual novels. That would be cool. Next question that I don't want to answer is, would you rather have unlimited bacon but no games, or games, unlimited games but no games? And the reason I don't want to answer this question is because I had a 60-minute argument with Jim C about this question. And I found out much later after he asked the question that it was a J Schlatt reference, or at least I heard it from J Schlatt. but I refuse to answer this question because it gives me PTSD. I'm sorry whoever answered this question, but you stepped on a landmine. I had, like, a PTSD episode when I saw this. It's a Sark Machinima reference. Well enough. I didn't even know that. I've only heard it from Jim C, and then later he claimed that he got it from Jay Schlatt. What is a porn game? Where we talked about the Pussy Slider. Oh yeah, that's the game he was making. Because, of course he's using 3D models that he's downloaded. And one of them came with a slider for X-ray, for, you know how, like, in hentais. Also, I'm sorry for talking about this. Lana's lurking and with her brother currently, so I hope she has my sound off. Yeah, she, you know how, like, in hentais you get, like, the X-ray shot where they blast in the womb. He's doing a scene like that, so he's trying to figure out how the slider works. And then the final question. I actually have to. If you grew large enough, would you stream full time? The answer is easily yes. That is, I guess, my goal. But yeah, you're like doing Osu or something, and so you're like having these mental images of pussy sliders while you're playing Osu. I don't know what that looked like in your head, but I think I'm glad I don't know. Yeah, I definitely would if I could. I guess that would be the goal. That'd be the dream, right? How likely that is, God may never know. I don't know. But hey, most people don't get to 500, so I'm already further than most, I guess. But the chances of getting any more successful than this get exponentially harder and harder as time goes on. Unless I get lucky, like I did with my What the Dog Doing YouTube video, which has way too many views for being a 6-second shitpost I made in 30 minutes. Actually, 15. Yeah, I would really like to. And you guys can help that make it be possible by being supportive and not telling me to end it all. And that is the final question that I received. Yo, it's like a month or two after the fact it happens in the recording booth. Trim here. Hi, it's me. And there was one more set of questions that didn't make it into the stream because for whatever reason, Sir submitted his, or at least he thought he did, but they never appeared. I straight up missed it. I've gone back and looked and I don't actually see it. So he sent me what his questions were, and I'll just answer them now after the fact because he was curious, and I think it's lame that whatever happened and his questions didn't get sent through. Though, granted, the website was in Japanese, so he might have just hit the wrong button. But here are the questions, so let's go through them one by one. What do you think were the major pivotal moments in your life? Well, I don't quite think I've had any near-death experiences. So I would start off with being born. I think that's typically important. Normally there's a segment on that in the Wikipedia, so I think that's normally a pivotal point. And so, you know, no near-death experiences. So I'd have to go with, well, Sir, honestly, meeting you, I think was pretty damn pivotal, since I've known you for so long, after all. Everything would be a lot different if we never met. Same goes with meeting Wolf. And I guess Rennie as well, meeting the two of them. They kind of, in my mind, I think I lumped them in together. But meeting Wolf and Rennie, because I wouldn't know a lot of my friends without the two of them. High school sucks, but it was fun. I think that was important, you know? And right at the end, / right after, I can't quite remember, of high school was getting into anime. Because now look at me. I'm on my way to becoming a cringe tuber, and I have a shit ton of anime merchandise on my desk right now that I wouldn't have had otherwise. That's become a very important financial decision. So yep, I think that would be kind of a boring answer, but oh well. Meeting you, Sir. Meeting Wolf and Rennie. All of high school. I guess you can throw in my first girlfriend because that sucked ass. Learned a lot from that, but unfortunately, no like big like oh my life changed forever when I nearly died in a no near death experiences. Very sorry. The second part is at what point will you be thinking that you've made it big, which is a good question, and I'm not quite certain. I don't know. I've said this before, and I hope it doesn't become the case, but I feel as if I'm gonna become one of those motherfuckers who get like imposter syndrome, right? Where I feel like I'm never really gonna have it because it's hard for me to think about what I have now, and sometimes I'll be like, holy fucking shit, where am I? How do I do this? Do I deserve it? And I have a 500 followers, so if I'm feeling uh immense psychological or like, what's the word? Existential. No, I'm joking. What is making it? I guess it depends on how I make it, right? Because as just a streamer YouTuber, I can just throw out a big number, 10,000, 100,000, million, right? And then I can be like, wow, I've made it. On a more grounded level, I could say something like, when I'm able to do this for a job, if I'm able to do this for a job, right? And then I would technically have made it. Or a little bit more superficial, I can say it's when I'm famous. But what's famous? It depends on the person. And since I'm in the VTuber sphere, I could have made it, quote, quote, if I were to get accepted into like a corporation. If I'm in Nijisanji or Hololive or one of the millions of other more indie corporations or whatever, right? Maybe making it is just being able to collaborate with big people that I've looked up to. I guess it depends on how I make it. If I'm just a solo act, I'll make it when I'll consider that I've made it when I am able to do this as a profession, or I hit a really big number. But if I am no longer a solo act, I'll consider that I've made it if I'm in a big group, I guess. Though there's two conditions for you. Assuming I continue down the train of thought of VTubing. What are your thoughts on the school system and how can it be improved? Thank you, sir. Only you would ask me a question like this. Raise the pay of teachers would help. I think it's not been a secret. I've been pretty open that I live in Oklahoma, which, if many of you might remember, had strikes because of how low the pay for teachers was. It was famously one of, if not the lowest paid school system in America. Yeah, raise pay of teachers would be the start. Why did you choose this confusing platform over a non-confusing platform that would work just as well? That's in regards to the site I used for the Q&A being Marshmallows. And the reason I use that site is because it's the site that I see all the other VTubers that I follow use as well. So it's just because I personally have a familiarity with it. So, of course, a large percentage, if not the majority of my fan base, don't watch VTubers. And I don't think I count yet. Hot take, I know, I'm sorry. But as just a PNG tuber, I feel that there's a little bit of a disconnect between me and a real VTuber with a moving model, be it 3D or 2D. But I think they both have generally the same benefits and purpose, and many PNG tubers are on their way to VTubing. I'm on a tangent. That's for another day. But I used it out of familiarity. Personally, I'm familiar with it, though I do know that many of my followers aren't really into VTubers, and I just kind of happen to be an exception. And so many of you weren't, and I apologize for that. But I'm probably going to continue to use Marshmallows in the future. Which would you rather be deleted, One Piece or Miku? Hatsune Miku, that is. I know. I remember giving you an answer, but I don't actually remember what I answered. I think I argued in favor of Miku being the one I would delete out of the two of them, because One Piece has been around for longer. I can't tell you which is more popular, but One Piece has been around for longer. I don't know. They're rapidly different, aren't they? In an entire show, and at this point, media juggernaut versus not the origin, but the thing that got an entire genre of music popularized. I feel Miku is more replaceable, because the company that made Miku released the Miku voice pack before they made Miku, and then it didn't do well, and then they just came up with Miku as the kind of like mascot. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Correct me if I'm wrong. So if Hatsune Miku, the character, was deleted, the software would still exist, and the company would just come up with another person to be the mascot, or some other company would. So the landscape would probably look about the same. It would either just be set back a few years, as it wouldn't get popularized as early since they wouldn't have come up with Miku, or they would have just come up with another design. I mean, look at all of the other Vocaloid characters within the same company. If Miku gets deleted, we lose Miku, but the genre itself would probably still explode. And finally, what is the dumbest argument you've had? Well, I've had a lot of dumb arguments. Many on stream, most off stream. Immediately comes to mind was the argument that one of my friends had, where he suggested that humanity does not deserve to leave Earth until we solve every single one of Earth's problems, and that if we were to try and colonize Earth, he would suicide bomb the rockets. So that one was pretty dumb. But a little more, I guess, contextualized within the Q&A is there was a question earlier in the video that I didn't answer, being the games, no games, bacon thing or whatever. And the reason I refused to answer it is because a streamer buddy of mine jumped in a call with me and Wolf one day, out of nowhere, and he asked us that question. And typically I have a thing where I won't answer a question if I don't understand the question, and I didn't understand the question. So I asked him, what the fuck do you mean when you say you'll have games, but no games, or unlimited games? I don't understand what that means. And he wouldn't elaborate, so I refused to answer the question. So he insisted, but I insisted that he explain, but he insisted that he didn't. And so it went on, me and Wolf arguing about semantics and trying to get him to tell us what the fuck it meant for 40 minutes, give or take. At then that point, he said to us that he was actually recording this whole time and is going to make a video of him asking his buddies random questions that make no fucking sense. And at the time, I didn't realize that he was referencing Jschlat and that Jschlat himself was referencing someone else. And I got upset, saying that you shouldn't, please not to post stuff that you didn't know I was recording. Or please don't post a video of me when I did not know I was being recorded, because I find that kind of scummy. And he didn't, so it worked out well. But that's why I didn't answer that question, because whoever asked that question was not referencing him, but they were referencing whatever he was referencing originally. But I, at the time of that argument, was not aware that that was a thing that was being referenced. I thought he would just come up with a stupid fucking question and was trying to get me to say something stupid. And so there are your questions answered, sir. Sorry that it took so long to get them answered. Bye. I guess. I don't know how to end this.